This presentation is dedicated to key competencies for lifelong learning. The recommendation on key competencies for lifelong learning has been elaborated by an European working group starting from a political mandate that is the one of the Lisbon Council in 2000 and of the Barcelona Council in 2002. And it is at the end being approved by the European Commission and by the European Parliament. It contains a framework of key competencies needed in a knowledge society and some recommendations for ensuring that all citizens can acquire them. The starting point of the recommendation are some objectives. Identify and define the key competencies necessary for personal fulfillment, social cohesion, and employability in a knowledge society. Support member states' work on ensuring that by the end of initial education and training, young people have developed their key competencies to a level that keeps them for adult life and that adults are able to develop and update them through their lives. Provide a European level reference tool, the key competencies for lifelong learning, a European reference framework for policymakers, education providers, employers and learners themselves to facilitate national and European level effort towards commonly agreed objectives. And last, provide a framework for further action at community level, both within the Education and Training 2010 work program and within the community education and training programs. The recommendation identifies 8 key competencies that are communication in the mother tongue, communication in the foreign languages, mathematical competence and basic competencies in science and technology, digital competence, learning to learn, interpersonal, intercultural and social competencies and civic competence, entrepreneurship, and cultural expression. Document define competence as a combination of knowledge, skills and attitudes appropriated to the context. Key competencies are those which all individuals need for personal fulfillment and development, active citizenship, social inclusion and employment. By the end of initial education and training, young people should have developed the key competencies to a level that keeps them for adult life, and they should be further developed, maintained and updated as part of lifelong learning. These are crucial affirmations inside the document. For each of these key competences, the recommendation provides a definition and the essential knowledge, skills, and attitudes related to it. Go through the definition of these 8 key competencies. As for the first one, communication in the mother tongue, the definition says, communication in the mother tongue is the ability to express and interpret thoughts, feelings, facts in both oral and written form, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, and to interact linguistically in an appropriate way in the full range of societal and cultural context, education and training, work, home, and leisure. The second key competence is communication in foreign languages. Communication in foreign languages broadly shares the main skill dimension of communication in the mother tongue. It is based on the ability to understand, express, and interpret thoughts, feelings, and facts in both oral and written form, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, in an appropriate range of social context, work, home, leisure, education, and training, according to one's wants or needs. Communication in foreign languages also calls for skills such as mediation and intercultural understanding. An individual's level of proficiency will vary between the 4 dimensions, different languages, and according to their background, environment, and needs interests. The third key competence is mathematical competence and basic competences in science and technology. Mathematical competence is the ability to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and ratios in mental and written computation to solve a range of problems in everyday situations. The emphasis is on process and activities, as well as knowledge. Mathematical competence involves, to different degrees, the ability and willingness to use mathematical modes of thought, logical and spatial thinking and presentation, formulas, models, constructs, graphs, charts. And scientific competence refers to the ability and willingness to use the body of knowledge and methodology employed to explain the natural world in order to identify questions and to draw evidence-based conclusions. Competence in technology is viewed as the application of that knowledge and methodology in response to perceived human wants or needs. Both areas of this competence involve an understanding of the changes caused by human activity and responsibility as an individual citizen. The fourth competence is the digital one. Digital competence involves the confident and critical use of information society technology for work, leisure, and communication. This is underpinned by basic skills in ICT, the use of computers to retrieve, assess, store, produce, present, and exchange information, and to communicate and participate in collaborative networks via the internet. A further competence is learning to learn, defined as the ability to pursue and persist in learning. Individuals should be able to organize their own learning, including through effective management of time and information, both individually and in groups. Competence includes awareness of one's learning process and need, identifying available opportunities, and the ability to handle obstacles in order to learn successfully. It means gaining, processing, and assimilating new knowledge and skills, as well as seeking and making use of guidance. Learning to learn engages learners to build on prior learning and life experiences in order to use and apply knowledge and skills in a variety of contexts, at home, at work, in education and training. Motivation and confidence are crucial to an individual's competence. Then, another key competence is interpersonal, intercultural, and social competences and civic competence, defined as follows. These competences cover all forms of behavior that equip individuals to participate in an effective and constructive way in social and working life, and particularly in increasingly diverse societies, and to resolve conflict where necessary. Civic competence equips individuals to fully participate in civic life based on knowledge and social and political concepts and structures and a commitment to active and democratic participation. Go through now the definition of entrepreneurship. That is one other competence. Entrepreneurship refers to an individual's ability to turn ideas into action. It includes creativity, innovation, and risk-taking, as well as the ability to plan and manage projects in order to achieve objectives. This supports everyone in day-to-day life, at home and in society, employees in being aware of the context of their work and being able to seize opportunities, and is a foundation for more specific skills and knowledge needed by entrepreneurs establishing social and commercial activity. And here, last but not least, they have key competence, that is cultural expression. It's defined in this way: appreciation of the importance of creative expression of ideas, experiences, and emotions in a range of media, including music, performing arts, literature, and the visual arts. I've not read the definition of essential knowledge, skills, and attitudes related to the competence I have nominated. As you can see, for example, in this box, there is a concrete definition of knowledge necessary for that competence, of skills necessary for this competence, and also of attitudes. You can download the presentation or the original document and go through all these definitions. Thanks for your attention.